Hey, good Friday afternoon. Time to get another video in. I want to get this video done today. VA rating criteria for scars. I got a 0% rating myself on this, and I just wish I was a little bit more informed on the VA rating criteria for scars before I put that claim in. And I've actually done it 2 times, but now that I've learned a little bit more about it, it makes a lot more sense. And that's why we do the videos, just to inform veterans so they can make a better decision and just have a little bit more knowledge. But here we go. The U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs evaluates scars using the schedule for rating disabilities, specifically under 38 CFR 4.118 Diagnostic Code 7800 to 7805. Here's a breakdown of the VA rating criteria for scars, depending on the location, the size, and the symptoms. See, when I put in my claim for it, I just thought it was based solely on the size, and the CMP examiner never said anything extra, like what they were looking for. He just measured it, and that was it. But I'll show you where it made more sense down a few paragraphs down here. But number one, Diagnostic Code 7800, scars of the head, face, or neck. Evaluates disfigurement of the head, face, or neck, and the rating depends on the number of characteristic disfigurements, such as scars, the length, the width, the contour, the skin color, etc. Everything that's going on with that scar is a different characteristic. But for 80% rating, you got to have 6+ characteristics of disfigurement. For 50% rating, you got to have 4 to 5 characteristics of disfigurements. 30% rating, you got to have 2 to 3 characteristics. And for a 10% rating, you got to have at least 1 characteristic. See, I thought the length of the scar would be 1 characteristic, but I didn't know like how far it had to be. I think it's like 5 inches. We'll get into that in a second. Yeah, scar is 5 inches or 13 centimeters long. The width 0.25 inches or 0.6 centimeters. Surface contour is elevated or depressed. Skin is adherent to underlying tissue and abnormal skin texture, pigmentation, missing soft tissue, etc. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, and this is Diagnostic Code 7801, deep or nonlinear scars other than the head, face, or neck. Okay, so deep, the scar is associated with underlying soft tissue damage, and nonlinear is the scar not in a straight line. Now, for a 40% rating, it got to be 144 inches square or 929 centimeters square. For a 30% rating, 72 to 143 inches square or 465 to 928 centimeters square. For a 20% rating, 12 to 71 inches square or 77 to 464 centimeters square. And then for a 10% rating, 6 to 11 inches square or 39 to 76 centimeters square. So now number three, it's Diagnostic Code 7802, superficial and nonlinear scars other than the head, face, or neck. So superficial, no underlying soft tissue damage. And then there's only one for it, and that's a 10% rating, and the area got to be 144 greater than or equal to 144 inches square. Okay, so that's number four. I'm sorry, that was number three. Number four, Diagnostic Code 7804, painful or unstable scars. Unstable, frequent loss of skin covering the scar. And that's like, you know, I don't know if they do knee surgeries the same now, but I don't think they do. They used to have a long scar over the kneecap, and it would be real painful for somebody uh, to bend that knee. So, and because it says painful, documented pain or tenderness. So, for 30%, you got to have five plus scars. 20%, 3 to 4 scars, and 10%, 1 to 2 scars. Scar can qualify under this code in addition to others if it's painful or disfiguring. And that was like when I was saying when I took my had the CMP exam, they never asked me was it painful or disfiguring. And the thing used to always itch, you know, and from time to time it still does. But the CMP examiner never asked me that, so I wouldn't. I just lay there and let them measure it, and that was it. Number 5, diagnostic code 7805, scars with other effects. Rates based on the limitation of function caused by the scar, like limits joint motion. That was what I was talking about with the long scars over the knee, like they used to do the surgeries. That's what I was referring to. And other places too. It could be like in that joint right here. So that's another place right there. Now here there are some tips that you want to know before taking that CMP exam. You want to have photographs and medical opinions, which they're crucial for the head, face, and neck scars. So you get pictures and get medical opinions on these things, because that can make or break your whole claim. Document pain, which see I wasn't documenting the pain or the itching from it. I didn't know to do that. Instability and functional impact, like tightness, limited movement. So there's some scars can be so big you can hardly move your body parts. So you want to know that. And these are just some things I didn't know. Scars from surgery, burns, trauma, or combat injuries that may all be eligible. So you definitely want to know this stuff. The more you are familiar with this, the better you are when you go in to have a CMP exam, because you want to be more proactive about your case than what the CMP examiner asking. You know, it's your exam, so you want to be able to display everything that you can about that during that CMP exam, because they're not going to be asking you anything extra. Now, you don't want to go out of the way and say the wrong stuff, but things like displaying the pain or the explaining how the joints hard to move, or if the skin coming off the surgeries and stuff like that, off the scars. You want to know that, and you want to be able to display that. So hey, that's all I got for you guys today. You see a veteran, help a veteran. I'm out.